Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. The Saints Block Party podcast brought to you by Precious Works LLC. For your business website needs, reach out to our guy, Bajan. And it's been a while since we've recorded a live stream. So we are live streaming this to YouTube right now. If you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching the live stream or you're watching the edited version of this episode later, make sure to like and subscribe. And we wanted to do this episode. Hopefully we could keep it abbreviated, but there's just too much Saints just stuff.
Always some shit, bro. Always
some shit, bro. Like we had the draft, we was floating and chilling and just cool. And then you get AK going on Armstead's podcast, and then Turan is boy. So we wanted to hop on and talk about it and discuss it, and also add our knowledge of like the situation and what have you. But I'm going to say the most watched thing I think I've ever said in my life, I'm going to say it right now on this podcast, is that I want this podcast to be done hopefully within 40 minutes because Olivia Benson is calling my name tonight. And I need to be downstairs. I need to be tuned in. They suspended my girl last week. I got things to do. Woof. Got things to do. It's Law and Order night in this household, and they got brand new episodes. So we're gonna try to knock this one out in 40 minutes. But before we get into the Alvin Kamara situation and go down that route, I just wanted to address, there's a couple of things that have happened Saints-wise since we last recorded with our dude, Matt Harmon. I also just wanted to throw in really quickly, this is a great time if you are a Patreon of our podcast or a YouTube member of our podcast. You become a Patreon, patreon.com/SaintsBlockParty, or YouTube, become a YouTube member for $4.99 a month. We have guests coming on this month, and the thing is, we are being strategic in when we were going to release those episodes. So those guests we have on, those may be exclusive to Patreon and YouTube members only for, a couple of days, 3-4 days, just to give you a preview. Everything works well. We have Greg Cosell coming on tomorrow morning, early in the morning. That's not going to be a live stream. And after that one's done recording, we're going to upload that one for Patreons and YouTube members, and then at some point release the full release next week. So perfect opportunity to become a Patreon or YouTube member of our podcast. Let's talk about the news that came out that we haven't been able to discuss, is the Saints signing former Ole Miss defensive tackle Xavier Harris as an undrafted free agent. It got reported, and then it was weird because he wasn't on like the rookie minicamp list, but then it came out officially that he signed today.
Right.
Speaking of always some shit. In terms of I don't want to start with just in terms of football player, because I feel like every podcast would probably do that. What is just interesting about it to me, and if you don't know the situation, he went undrafted, maybe late day 2, early day 3 grade, and fall into the purposes, I'm assuming the things that left him undrafted was his off the field issues, and he didn't work out. Like, he just did not work out. And when you have off the field issues and you don't but the off the field issues we're alluding to is that in 2024, he was arrested for a domestic battery charge. And then I believe that same year, I don't know if it was the same day, also had a DUI. Now, there's no details whatsoever regarding any of those incidences. Like, there's nothing. I've looked, I've tried, and I'm sure if I really wanted to dig deeper, I'm pretty sure I could find what I was looking for, because that's what I do for a daily basis in my job. But all that to say, people on our people who are fans of our podcast, I remember we were talking about the Deshaun Watson situation, and we had to block 40 plus people during that. And I'm not comparing his situation to Deshaun Watson. I'm not. But what is interesting to me that I have noticed is that there's a perception that Kellen Moore, since he's been head coach, there's swell Saints. That's kind of a joke in our Discord. but yet it's still the NFL and just sports in general sliding scale of talent because during the season last year, who they bring in for a workout? Justin Tucker. All of a sudden, there's a potential defensive tackle who has a day 2, day 3 draft grade that goes undrafted, and guess what one of the weakest areas on the team is? Defensive tackle and the D-line.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I just hate it. And again, I'm not trying to get super deep into it. I know people would think we're just trying to be like all high and mighty, but like at the end of the day, when I'm watching the Saints play in the football team, and I know that's kind of hard because of all the things that have happened in the past, like at some point, like I just want to feel good about it. And it's just like the draft that just happened. It's just like, okay, here we go. Here it is.
Gotta sprinkle a little something in there.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, he has a chance to make the team, just from a need of talent standpoint. But he's a raw prospect. He's an up and down player. From what I've seen, I didn't like do a deep dive on him, but he was considered like a late day 2, day 3 type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Big, physical, talented, but his off the field stuff was just enormous. And there's a lot of talk of other stuff that just. How it is in college. A lot of stuff just don't get reported.
I was told specifically with him that and I didn't ask what, but there are a lot of unreported things that happen at Ole Miss that
come on, man, like,
have not come to light.
We know it reminds me a lot of. It reminds me a lot of Kandichi.
Robert Kandichi.
Yeah, like he had like the stuff that we knew about, like the grown-up jumping out a window or something like that. But there was just so much other stuff, like little whispers, like and then a coworker of mine, he went to Ole Miss with Kandichi, and he told me all kind of stories, like this whole kind of crazy, and that's just how it is in college, man. So look, we'll see, bro. Like he has a chance to make an NFL career. He's been punished somewhat by not being drafted, if you want to look at that as punishment. But he's on the NFL training camp roster, off-season roster, and it's up to him to just kind of stay clean and try to work himself back. But with those things, it's like always until something happens. It's like, as long as he stays clean until something happens, then it's like, then you look at him like, well, why'd you sign him? Why'd you sign him if you knew? If you knew all this, then why'd you even sign him? So it's just one of them weird situations. But we'll see, bro. Like, hopefully it just all works itself out, like the Justin Tucker situation where he just didn't even get signed.
Right, he didn't. And I just wanted to apologize for our people watching on YouTube for whatever reason. And I noticed this is the second time it's done this. That in the past when we started recording, it used to automatically start live streaming on YouTube, and now it doesn't unless I hit the button. So I didn't realize it until, I don't know, like a fourth of the way in. So I apologize for everyone who are joining to the live stream late. We will have the full episode edited and what have you later this evening if you want to go back and catch up on anything you may have missed at the beginning of the live stream when we were recording. All right, let's dive into this AK Alvin Kamara situation. And I think the best way to do it is giving the appropriate timeline of everything that we've known dating back to the start of free agency, and kind of working ourselves till now. So, real quick, I know I'm just all over the place tonight. Happy birthday to our dude Sherm. Happy birthday to our nigga Sherm. Like it's Sherm's birthday. One of the realest dudes, our biggest supporters there is out there. So much love to our dude Sherm. Happy birthday, brother. Hope you get everything and that you need and deserve and much deserve.
Yes, indeed.
All right, let's go to this timeline. So things started percolating. First, there's quieted just on AK's future in general. Then things started to percolate after Travis Etienne signed, because you had Ian Rappaport put something out saying like, what's the future of AK, like potentially a retirement. I had reached out and inquired myself about his future when those reports came out, and this was what I was told, is that at that point, Alvin Kamara was enjoying the offseason and just living his life so much that he wasn't sure that he wanted to return to play football. That's He just wasn't sure, which is completely understandable.
Which is a very common feeling amongst veteran players at that part of their career, where right after the season, they're just like, man, look, leave me alone for a couple of months. I'll let you know.
Extremely common. Extremely common, right? And well, even I'm leaving a part out that happened in March where that was the crazy, weird contract reconstruction that like you never, it was just unheard of. Just
rule,
bruh. I don't know what books Cobby looking up, bruh. So that was before Travis Etienne signed.
Yeah.
Then he signed, and then the talks of retirement was that an option? And then there was a lot of radio silence in terms of his future. All during this, you had both Mickey Loomis and Kellen Moore being so mum's the word and just not providing anything regarding AK's future. Like they were. Like Kellen was just lying up there, bro. Like it was just lying his ass off because he didn't really have. He didn't know.
Well, the best way Kellen can lie is just where he just kind of like, well, the process. We love AK, and he says the same thing. We love Alvin Kamara, but we got to let the process. So the process can be the process. And it's like okay, bro. Like
okay.
Like just saying like, hey, kid's a guy, he'll be here. I like that.
But they didn't. No one said anything like that. The draft comes and goes. The Saints did not add a running back at all in the draft, and I know that they had an affinity for Mike Washington Jr., but like it just didn't align in terms of where they were picking. They didn't add a running back in the draft. So one of the second or third biggest domino to drop was AK goes on Teron Armstead's podcast and is very complimentary of Travis Etienne, very complimentary of the Saints drafting Jordan Tyson and just the draft picks in general, talking about he's excited to be, playing the offense and
got a
quelled the like misconception that there was like jealousy of what Etienne got in terms of like a contract. And if you just read between the lines, AK was essentially coming out and announcing that he intended to return to play for the Saints, and that was his plan. That was very, very clear. If you even not reading between the lines, it was very, very obvious and obtuse. So then on Teron Matthews' podcast, and again, I'm speaking of one area of the podcast that has since blown up, but basically he said that he had heard in his sources that had told him that there were people in the front office of the Saints that had an agenda or just had feelings against AK because he spoke up in regards to essentially Dennis Allen getting fired. Right?
He spearheaded the firing of Dennis Allen.
Spearheaded it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said if Love would have failed, AK was gone. They want him to take a pay cut, which I understand. Did the same with Cam with when production dropped. It's all up to AK to accept that. I mean, we'll get into that. That's the whole reason why we're having this podcast. And that kind of took, it blew up on social media and Saints Twitter and the like and what have you. So now we're here of what his future is or is going to be with the Saints or not going to be with the Saints. But I wanted to also interject what we have reported in the past. If you go back and you listen to the episode, I think we either recorded the day DA got fired or the day after or Dennis Allen got fired. We specifically reported that Gayle Benson went to the veterans of the team. I don't know if it was before the Panthers game or after the Panthers game. The one that Chris Olave got hurt and the Saints were leading, and then Bryce Young led the Panthers to a victory, and that was his first. Whatever.
Cam Jordan walking out the stadium.
almost walked home to Louisiana from North Carolina. Anyway, for them DA days were dark as fuck, bro. Dark, bro. Dark. Shit. But Gayle Benson the owner of the Saints, had already started to do surveillance of what she felt the important members of the team, the veterans, the leaders of the team, of what she should do regarding Dennis Allen. So that included Alvin Kamara, that included Cam Jordan, that included DeMario Davis. Now, there's probably others in there that included as well that I'm either am forgetting or wasn't told, but those were obviously 3 of the pillars that she spoke to. And guess what? All 3 of those players were like, he needs to fucking go. Like, if you're thinking, if you're thinking about it, like my humble opinion, he can go. So that, like, we reported that on our podcast when that happened in 2024. Yeah, 2024. So what is a little weird is kind of like the retelling of it kind of like making it sound like AK was the one who spearheaded this whole thing and it was just his decision, because that's not how it was. And if you know anything about AK, if you ask him a question, he's going to give you an honest fucking answer.
Right.
Point blank, period. So
point blank.
He was asked.
But he's also not going to like cause like a scene. Like, he's not going to go up to the office and be like, I want to report this. Like, he's not that guy. But if you ask him like, hey bro, what do you think about this? Like, on some real shit. He'd be like, shit, let me tell you. And you gonna tell it in his own, even like with like interviews he would do with like with the presser in the locker room, and they'll ask him some stuff. Like, he just kind of give you a look like, we just we just doing what we told, bro. Like,
he says so much. If you really like have listened to him over the years, he says a ton.
That's why he's like one of the first pieces. Like, when you want to know like what's going on, you got to watch him. Yeah, you could feel the pulse. Like,
so here, I want to be careful of how I word this. The general sense that I get right now is that I think if it was left up to Mickey Loomis in a vacuum, I think he would make the decision to either more likely like cut AK and him no longer be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that is underlying is Gayle Benson loves AK. Loves AK. And this is also, and we'll see what happens in the offseason when the NBA comes, but when she has an affinity for a player, it's very similar thing happened with Zion Williams of the Pelicans, where, and I think it's a much different situation where with Zion, like the right thing to do would be to trade him. But like once you're in like Gayle's like circle of trust or whatever, like you were stamped. Yeah. And so it's now a decision of, one, is Mickey gonna have the gall to cut AK, or secondly, will Gayle Benson even allow him to cut AK? Like, if we're just being frank about it. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about this notion of a pay cut for him or lack thereof. I don't even know if that's been brought up, honestly. I really don't.
Just from what I've heard from people I've talked to, there's been no talks of contract, like no contract talks whatsoever, no back channel talks, nothing.
So, anyway, that was a lot of exposition. What are just your overall thoughts from starting from free agency to where things are now?
Oh, it's just weird, bro, because then, like, Tyrann, he was on Twitter, like, defending himself because the first clip got put out, and the way it was worded, it was like he said, like, people in the Saints organization, there are people that are mad at AK because he spearheaded the fire of Dennis Allen, and then you didn't even produce. Like, so people kind of took that as, like, he was going at AK.
Right.
But then, like, another clip came out with the full context, which even the first clip, I was like, I understood what he was saying. Like, he wasn't saying, like, he was defending AK in the whole thing. But But then like, Tyrann is also like a DA nut rider, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, he be riding his nuts, bro. I don't know if it's so much that he be riding his nuts or he just can't stand Brandon Staley. Like, I know he just can't stand.
Right. Why not both?
And look, like he took a pay cut, and then they got rid of him. So there's a lot of nasty work in there too. You know what I'm saying? Like with But the Saints do some nasty stuff sometimes, and they also do like stupid stuff where they're like loyal to a fault. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's kind of like a blend of things. And when you're loyal to a fault, but then you try to be like super business, like shrewd business, that gets
Yeah.
people really pissed because it's like now you're just being inconsistent. Like, be who you are. Are you gonna be like a shrewd, cold-hearted businessman? Cool. Or are you gonna be like this loyal person that just like rides with your players to the end? Be that then. Like, but pick one. Like, don't just kind of flip flop
Right.
on who you are. And that's kind of the way I'm at with the AK thing. I'm like, look, like, okay, if you want to move on from him, I actually get it. Like, I understand from a very pure football standpoint. I understand he's over 30. He's going to be over 30 years old. He's a declining player. Hasn't been healthy in 2 years. Hasn't been able to maintain his health. I get it from a football standpoint. Like, you could sell me either way if you want to keep him or get rid of him. But it's like, make the decision. Like, all this kind of like, I don't know. It's just this weird aura. Nobody wants to make even Mickey Loomis. You mentioned he was on Sirius XM, and they asked him about it.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
just beat around the bush, just in that Mickey talk without just saying no. Like, AK, he's on our team. He did the whole, he's under contract. Like,
well, yeah, no
okay,
shit.
what? Like, no shit. Like, we know he's under contract, but what is the deal? But I think essentially you got Alvin Kamara, who pretty much goes radio silent after the team. I mean, after the season ends. He goes radio silent. He does his own thing. Been doing that for years. He doesn't do the OTAs thing. He doesn't come for all that. And then from the Saints position, they're like, okay, we got a running back getting paid, among the top 8 running backs in the league.
Yeah.
Who hasn't produced much in the last 2 years because he's been injured or offensive line, whatever. It hasn't produced. And he goes radio silent, and we're trying to build this new offense. It's like, we're going to make the moves we need to make, and we going to do us, and you do you, and we'll figure it out later.
Not only are they building a new offense, but I think an even bigger point of all of this is they're trying to build a new culture in the building.
Very much.
And the theme of this offseason, and we'll see how it plays out, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, is the loudest voices in the room. And we've talked about this on our podcasts in the past, and then Teron Matthew said it a couple of months after we talked about it.
So it did.
Is that the loud voices that were in the locker room that could rally the team together, the Demario Davises, the Cam Jordans, Alvin Kamaras. I want to be careful and just because there's a part of me that understands like when a new coaching staff comes in, you got to put your stamp and imprint on the team. And it's kind of very similar to, I use the analogy, if you get promoted, right? If you worked at a job for a long time, you get promoted at that same place. If you kind of had like this, employee that's kind of like loud and just always just can like rally the employees. Now you're the manager. Hey, hey, who that shit down? Who that shit down? Right? But conversely, you had like at least speaking to like Demario Davis and Cam Jordan last season, like Cam Jordan had a 10-sack season. Demario Davis was still highly productive and still very good for the defense last year. So it's great leader. So it's this trade off of and I've talked about this not so a little publicly, but not a lot publicly, is that Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley want to print their stamp on the team. And when you have large personalities, and this is not a shot at AK, but large personalities and someone who, if it's a tough loss or what have you, like who's the team going to go to? It's going to go to AK because now you don't, right? We'll see what happened with Cam Jordan, but you don't have Demario Davis. He's with the Jets. Taysom Hill, for all intents and purposes, isn't coming back, and I don't know how loud and vocal he was to begin with. So it's this delicate balance of what to do in terms of building this new culture going forward.
They're playing with fire, bro. I think the Saints are playing with fire by doing that. And I think they'll learn quickly that they need guys like that in the building. Now, like, are those the guys they need? I don't know. Because like you said, I understand their perspective. it was like, look, we need to build our guys, like our leadership. These are guys relics from the Sean Payton era. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need new voices in here, or our voices. Like, these are the guys that, the fake Neil at the end of the Falcons game. You know what I'm saying? They've been part of some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They've been part of like these disobedient, these protests and all this stuff. So it's like, it's one of those things where management is kind of like, yeah, let's kind of get these guys out of here because they're kind of bigger than their voices are kind of bigger than ours. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And all coaches go through this. All coaches.
All
you
of them.
See, when Sean Payton first came, he got a lot of those old vets that just like stamped in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I read a lot of those guys because Sean Payton wanted his voice to be the one that's heard. You know what I'm saying? So right or wrong, that's just, it's ego. It's, it's just how like a lot of this stuff goes. But I do think there will be a vacuum, like a leadership vacuum.
Yeah, especially
you get rid of AK.
Season. Yeah, buddy.
Like DeMario, like, bro, I was watching, I started watching like Saints defense all 22 from last year just to kind of look at some players. I was watching that Carolina game in Carolina. DeMario was playing out of his mind, bro. I was like, golly. Like, you could tell that was a game where they said, like, look, we got to find a win. You know what I'm saying? And he was playing like it was the fourth quarter in the NFC Championship game. Like, that's what he was playing like. And it was coming off like an 8-game losing streak. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how he was playing. So you lose a guy like that young players could look at like, man, this dude 36, 37 years old playing like that after losing 8 games. He playing like this. You get that out of there?
Was that after the Rams game?
That was after the Rams game. Rams game.
I had heard that after that Rams game, shit was spiraling.
Ain't there something how that connects?
And the players that really helped the team from falling apart were Demario Davis, AK, and Cam Jordan.
Demario Davis had a stupid, crazy game. I think Cam Jordan had 1 or 2 sacks in that game. Alvin Kamara, I think, broke off it was either his longest run or his longest, like, catch and run in that game. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could tell, like, the leader said, man, we got to. And then Tyler Shuck, he was able to make some plays. Him and Chris Olave got one of their big wins of the season. It was their second win of the season.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And that, yeah. Second win of the season. So it just goes to show, like, man, that leadership matters. Like, we, like, as fans, some of us are like, look at it cynically and be like, leadership, like, what does that even really mean? You know what I'm saying? It means something, bro. Like, it's hard to quantify, but it means something for real.
It does. Okay, let's catch up on the chat. We got a lot to catch up on. We didn't even talk about the fucking Jeff Duncan article.
I forgot the boy, the TL. I read. I woke up this morning. I did my same little routine. I get my coffee, crack open NOLA.com, see what's going on in my city. Saw Jeff Duncan, clicked on it, read it. I said, oh shit, screenshot it, put it on Twitter. Boy, Twitter was hot, boy. It was hot.
Hot, Wolf. I've been so busy at work, like, I haven't been able to be, like, just online in general, like, these last 2 weeks, but, like, it's hot. So Doe 3859 said, my problem is the article making it seem like AK is a problem without stressing all the failures of the Saints brass to put a good product on the field. Carr, Carmichael, Penning, DA, to name a few. Bars.
That wasn't the narrative. That wasn't the narrative you wanted to push.
Nope. The DeWitt 309. Also, like, the thing that still gets lost in this whole thing is after Gayle Benson fired Dennis Allen after that Panthers game, Mickey Loomis put the most passive aggressive, like, statement out ever because he didn't want to fire Dennis Allen. Okay, all right. Let me catch up on.
You know who else said that? Dennis Allen said that. And a couple of weeks later on Jay Glazer saying Mickey came to him and said, "I'm not the one firing you, bro." Like,
okay. Are you guys ready to give Mickey Loomis an apology now? Are you guys, are Mickey Loomis? Is it fuck you? Anyway, the DeWitt said, AK is so unbothered about all the noise. It's actually telling of how, quote unquote, Mickey truthfully feels about it. Rod said, so happy we were delivered from them DA days. Whew. Goodness.
Lord.
Woody504 said, Mickey high-key salty that his guy isn't coaching the team anymore. We all know Mickey wanted DA to stay here. Yep. Let's see. iComedy said, I do think it spoke volumes that Gayle chose the player side over Loomis's side concerning DA because she's never done anything like that with relation to the Pelicans. Doe said C-Mac was blessed he got traded. All this talk about him and Henry not falling off. They didn't have to deal with the circus AK had to deal with since Breeze retired. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey got traded to fucking Kyle Shanahan. Like
blessings on blessings.
Blessings. iComedy also said Kellen has low-key been ruthless too. Here for 1 year, and he's like, yep, time to move on from Cam, DeMario, and Taysom. I mean, there is a part of me that gets that from maybe like a football standpoint, but like Ryan and I talked about, like the leadership standpoint is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. And then iComedy said Duncan article definitely read as a hit piece for when they cut AK or trade him, but as much as a hit piece as it was, Duncan's main point wasn't wrong. So I'll let you comment on that part.
No, I was saying, like, I mean, you read the article, it's like, yeah, you're right. Even though there was a lot of it, like, he didn't talk about how terrible the offensive line and tight end blocking was and all that, but he did point out some good points, like Alvin Kamara's pass blocking was absolutely horrendous.
Oh, it's been awful. We were talking about it on the Zooms, bruh. It was awful. We
talked about it. He allowed like 6 sacks or something like that. Like that's like, and you got young quarterbacks, like that's like, hey, you had to bring in Devin Neal to do the pass blocking, a rookie like that, and that's on their kid. Like that has nothing to do with nobody else but Alvin Kamara. You know what I'm saying? Like that's on him. It's the lack of broken tackles. That was his staple. You know what I'm saying? His ability to just break tackles. He just he ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying? Just wouldn't do it. Now the offensive line, he was put in some bad positions sometimes in pass catching, like in check downs. He was just getting blasted. Like, just blasted, bro. I'm like, come on, now. Like,
it's tough to watch. Woof.
Tough to watch, man. Tough to watch. So, it was not a nuanced article. I put it like that. It was straight to the point. Like, literally, Jeff Duncan ends it by saying he should be grateful that he's under contract for another year, getting paid what he's getting paid, and he should be grateful he's getting that thank you for your service year instead of instead of thinking you're getting kicked out or something like that. Even though AK has never had that position, you know what I'm saying? It's not like AK ain't said nothing bad about none of this. Like he hasn't made a comment at all.
It's been the comments he made have been like praise in terms of what has happened offensively. Like, right. It's a interesting juxtaposition. I would also say, and I'm going to be careful how I say this, but I would just say that Jeff Duncan is lucky that his name isn't on like a certain list that you have to register for his proclivities. Anyhow, so I have an important question that we're going to talk about. We're going to both answer it after our break. But the two questions actually. One, does AK being on the team for 2026 makes the Saints a better team? Two, do you think he ends up staying on the team, or do you think that he will either be cut or traded post June 1st? So we're going to answer those questions after the break, and then we're going to just quickly talk about rookie minicamp this weekend, and we will be right back after this break. Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheap, bro.
In the 21st century? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with PreciousWorks. PreciousWorks offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? PreciousWorks is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. PreciousWorks will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plugin updates, security, or things like that because PreciousWorks will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party Podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or the prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, BIJON at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
We are back. Our dude Jarvis, talking about the last comment Duncan made in his article, said that it's true, but it also sounds racist as hell. Be grateful, Negro, that you're getting this money from Mama Gayle.
Boy.
So the first question I asked you is, do you feel like AK being on the Saints in 2026 makes them a better team?
I do. I think with the addition of David Edwards, the addition of Noah Fant and potentially Oscar Delp, depending on his development or whatever, I think you're gonna see some more advantageous looks for AK. Just in running games, in the pass game situation, I think he'd be better, and he won't be used as the guy. That would be Travis Etienne. He's going to get the bulk of the inside carries, the outside carries. I think AK would be like a positive attribute for this team. Now he will play like a lesser role
for sure,
but I do think the team is better with him. Yes, he needs to get the pass blocking stuff under control, because that's what keeps him on the field in passing downs. So they need to figure that out. But other than that, his leadership, again, like back to the leadership thing, I think you need a guy like that. And that's AK, bro. Like we saw today, like, Jordan Tyson adding him on like his IG story. So like players love, like young players, bro. Like Alvin Kamara was that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, bro. Which seems weird for us talking about like it was so long ago.
It's so long ago, but
it was almost like a decade ago, Wolf.
Yeah, literally, bro. So I just think it's okay that you gotta have like one or two of those players. Like it's just like for the vibe, you can have nice vibes. Like don't ruin the vibes. I think just keep them, even if it's a thank you for your service here. Like I think it's worth it.
And one thing, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. One thing I will add to that I think is underrated is, NFL Network puts on games of like, some of the best games from last season, and they put up a couple of Jags games on, and I've tried to watch, not watch the whole thing, but like watch and pay attention when they've been on, to just get a closer look at Travis Etienne and what have you. And one thing I've noticed is Jacksonville I won't say they used him super sporadically, but man, there were a lot of times where like there were like drives where he just wasn't on the field a lot. And I think that's a combination of two things. One, I think the Jags really liked what they saw from Tootin, and two, I also felt like Jacksonville knew that HN was not going to resign and what have you. So I don't want to say they soured on him, but he wasn't on the field a lot. And I'm not saying that that's a diss towards him. I say that all to say is that if AK is on the team in 2026, what it does improve is your running back depth. And it's a different team if you have to lean on AK for maybe a game because maybe HN, gets dinged up, as opposed to if HN gets dinged up, then you're counting on maybe Devin Neal, maybe Audric Estime, maybe Ty Chandler. Like, that's not very...
It gets dark pretty quick. Like
that's my point. So when we saw last year how bad the running back room got decimated, it got decimated.
Evan Hall back there. Evan Hall
no longer on the team. Shout out Evan Hall. He had some good snaps last year.
Good snaps, bro.
So just from the standpoint of just having good running back depth, I think just that alone, like you said, even if his coming back is just a good thank you for your service contract. Also, like, speaking of it being weird, bruh, and maybe this is a team trying to change and learn, but it's all like, this is also the same team, shout out Mickey Loomis, that gave like Brandon Cooks like $11+ million or whatever it was last season, which was a very much a thank you for your service contract, and then did not trade him to the Bills where they could have gotten like a measly like 7th or 2028 7th. No, they like cut him so he could sign. So like the whole like picking and choosing when you want to be thank you for your service and that inconsistent shit is like pick a lane. Pick a fucking lane. Like this back and forth. Anyway, we have 63 concurrent viewers on right now. We appreciate y'all. Close to 200 views. Shout out to Dick Wolf. He's calling my name. But
calling you, bro.
Calling me, bro. But it's okay. SVU starts in an hour, so this is just the original Law and Order, which I don't mind missing like a couple of minutes into. I know how old I'm sounding right now. I don't care. It's the little joys in life. How do you think this resolves? If I'm asking you on May 7th, fucking almost June, asking you on May 7th, do you believe that AK will be on the team come week 1 of the 2026 Saints season?
Man, I don't know. I think he will. I think he's going to be on the team. I just think he'll be on the team, bro.
I think he will. I think he will too. And I think Mickey will be not in the best mood about it. Like, I think he'll be a little like grouchy. He's like, oh. But
here's your $11 million.
I just do because, and I honestly do believe that if he truly does or wants to cut AK, I do think he has to go to Gayle for approval of that. Like there's certain moves that Mickey runs the team with so much, power. Like he does, like that though, that would require Gayle to sign off on it. And I just don't get the sense that maybe she would. I don't know, but I do ultimately think that he'll be on the team. And I think, like we just talked about, I think it's for the betterment of the team. I think it's just better for the team, especially for this season, right? And I'm not trying to tout AK like a great weapon or what have you, because he's declined and his production's declined. But you want to give Tyler Shuck every resource available for him this season. Achane, AK, Olave, Jordan Tyson, Noah Fant, Juwan Johnson, Oscar Delp. Like you want that cabinet field for him when he's like, oh, I want to go. I want to do. So I just taking one option away and just having that fall off. Team wise, I don't think it's the best thing for the team, but we'll see how it plays out.
And Shuck barely played with AK. Like I think barely 2.5 games.
Yeah,
the Rams, Carolina, then he got hurt in the Falcons game. So yeah, I mean, just barely played with. I like, just bring him back, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bring him back. Then you can have like at the end of the season, you can have like a true, we're gonna miss you send off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just do it right. Like with Cam Jordan, that's a different story. We'll see what happens with him. I still don't know how that's going to end up.
I have no idea, Wolf. No clue. Justin Cash, shout out for you for the $2 super chat.
Thank you,
Justin. Off topic, what's y'all's current favorite show? I'm gonna, even though I don't love the way season 2 ended, or just have like I didn't land as much as I thought it would for me. I'm still gonna go with Paradise. That's my current favorite show.
Like this overall is my favorite show that I've watched in a while, man. It's just an outstandingly written show. What I'm watching now is From. I'm not watching a ton of TV now. I just haven't been watching a ton. But From, the latest season of From, that's what I'm watching now, and I'm enjoying it. It's an awesome season, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I gotta push through.
You gotta push through that show, because I ain't gonna lie, you get through points where it's like, come on, man. Like, what do y'all even do? What is happening here? Like, what is happening? That's why I stopped watching Lost. Like I never made it through Lost. I was just like, I just give up. I'm tired of the Rubik's Cube.
I'm in the middle of season 2 and From.
That's a frustrating season right there.
Is it? Okay, that's why. Got like the point. I like old girl who's like the nurse found out that her ex is still like an addict and what have you.
Yeah.
So that's around like where I'm at. Let me just catch up on the chat real quick, and then we'll talk about Ricky Minicamp to end the episode. Doe said, I credit Kellen this. He wants all the talent. He low-key gangster when it comes to winning and getting all the talent he can. The AK thing is a Mickey thing. That is very well said. And like we talked about how we applaud for Kellen to identify the lack of explosiveness on offense and using the whole offseason to correct it. Sports Highlight says, as running back 2, I'll take AK all day. Give me 600, 700 rushing yards. That's all I ask for. Man, that's a
lot, huh? Damn, nigga. I thought you'd be like 700 total, maybe.
I'll take 500. I'll take 550 all-purpose yards. That's I would take that.
That'll work.
Drew said, how good was Alvin's pass blocking grades when Breeze was playing? That would be my question to Duncan. I don't want to like indicate that maybe AK like gave like less effort because of who the quarterbacks was. Like, I don't want to put that out there, but it's an interesting theory.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think it was just detail, maybe. I don't know. Like,
it was some badass snaps though. Like, it was bad reps. Bad. Last thing, I don't want to spend too long on this, but rookie mini camps this weekend. And vet tryouts. We got young Wei Koo coming for a tryout.
Get it, Wei. Get it,
Listen,
someone to get it,
someone on Twitter, I forgot who it was. And I hate for not crediting it, but it basically said like, it's gonna be a great feeling, like young Wei kicking like a game-winning field goal against the Falcons this upcoming season. Bro,
I need it.
No offense to Charlie Smith or anything like that.
Shout out to Charlie.
For Charlie. Anyway, what's this one thing you would like to see coming out of rookie minicamp this weekend? I would also say you can't say that Jordan Tyson doesn't get hurt. Okay. Can't say it. Right. That's a given, nigga.
You know me well, bro.
That's a given.
You know where I was going. But, just show me some, like, this is highlight season, man. Like, no real football is being played. I just want to see some good movement. Show me some Jordan Tyson looking smooth. Show me some Bryce Lance looking smooth. Not going to see much from, like, the tight ends and the O-line and D-line and other no more. But give me some good movement to be excited about. You know what I'm saying? Until real mini camp starts up.
I would say I want to see that one Brandon Coleman like play from Jordan Tyson where he's just like, okay, there it is. I just need one. I don't like just like
Brandon, one Brandon Coleman.
He give you a 30, 40-yard catch, 50-yard catch, and then do shit the rest.
I just recently watched like a Brandon Coleman highlight.
You sick as hell, bro.
It was on TikTok. I just came across TikTok or Yahoo. I mean, YouTube. When the shorts.
Yeah,
like, Brandon Coleman. And it was just like one play per game, bro. Nice ass plays. And I completely forgot too. I was like, wow, that was a nice play. Brandon Coleman, man. Shut up. Man.
He gives his one play and then he block his ass off, and that was it, bro. That's it. The rest of the game.
God bless y'all. Good night.
But that's the one thing I want to see. That one just give me excited.
Just make me that excited.
Just make me feel something, Jordan. Just make me feel something. I thought you want one, Wolf. Just one. Then go be in the ice bath the rest of the goddamn time, bro.
Straight to the training, bro.
Put some icy hot on, bro. Don't give me too much. You gotta get ready for September. The NFL schedule comes out next week. So with that, I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. But with that said, we'll have our. We're gonna have to recap rookie minicamp. We're gonna talk about the schedule release. Working, bro. Patreon.com/Saints Party, please. But we'll do our annual episode where we'll go through, pick the games where we feel the Saints are going to win or lose. You hit it right on the head last year. You said six wins, and they hit 6 wins. And I had them at 5. And the big thing,
looking dicey, for a little minute there.
But the big thing that comes out of the schedule releases, then we are all able to vote for the Saints Block Party podcast big meetup game in New Orleans. So we'll dive into that all next week. But just to kind of go over our schedule as we wrap this up, tomorrow morning is Greg Cosell that we're recording with. That's going to be Patreon only, YouTube member only we'll figure out how long it's going to be, and then we'll release it to everybody else. We're going to come back and recap rookie minicamp. I don't know, Sunday, Monday. And then after the schedule gets released, we will have our schedule release episode next week. So we are going hard and have plenty of content and videos and audio coming your way, because we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. All support, all the love. We couldn't do it without y'all. We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to go watch Law and Order and be content and relax for these next couple of 3 days. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. With that, we are